Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good night. Happy 3rd of July, y'all. Yeah, usually I would stream on Thursday nights, but seeing as that down right there, seeing as that tomorrow night is the 4th of July, I figured I'd go tonight. And there might be another special reason that I am streaming tonight, as July 3rd last year was my first stream. This is my 1-year Stream-i-versary. I mean, it says in the title broadcast, but yeah, maybe you're not surprised, but I'm excited. 1 year, guys. 52 streams. I am, yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I'm proud for keeping at it. We're not the hugest channel, but we have fun here. We do good, honest work. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Geoff, or you can call me Wags, or anything else creative, really. But yeah, if you're here, that means you might like art, and that is what we will see here. I am I'm the artist part of a writer-artist team with my wife, Ashley, and together we're WagWorksGA. We do kids comics, and you'll see that sometimes on this channel. Some of our graphic novel work, some of our shorter form comics that we do with like educational stuff. You'll even see regular slice of life comics, and you know, even some fan art. Actually, fan art is what you will usually see here, because it's this is my fun time to draw that. But yeah, welcome on in. I hope you're having a great night. I hope your week is going well so far. I hope that you, dear viewer, have tomorrow off and can chill and relax with me and have a happy 3rd of July. I just realized the the plant behind me makes it look like I've got crazy hair sticking out. Whee! That's good times. Okay, cool. I might be distracted. Can I scoot? It's fine. It's fine. So hey, we're gonna do some art tonight, and then maybe we're gonna try something new and different for a few minutes at the end, just for fun to celebrate. We will see where the spirit of the evening goes. Also, I should say, happy GDQ week. GDQ. This is an GDQ shirt. Awesome Games Done Quick, but it's SGDQ right now. Summer Games Done Quick. And that is the charity speedrunning event run by Games Done Quick. You can find them right here on twitch.tv at Games Done Quick. This is their week-long marathon. They're about halfway through this week's marathon. They're like, I don't know, they've raised like $600,000 right now for Doctors Without Borders. By the time the event finishes, they will probably have raised two or 3 million. They are an awesome group, and if you love games, it's super fun to watch speedruns. Some of the runs are just amazing to watch the skill. Some of them are crazy as you watch the various glitches that the runners execute to speed through favorite games, new and old. But it is just GDQ. I've been watching since 2014, 2015. It's actually what brought me to Twitch in the first place. So I love this group. I love what they do. I love their community. Yeah, it's always a happy week when GDQ is going on. Actually, I've donated several pieces I've done here on stream to GDQ as prizes. They just finished bidding on Monday for the most recent one, which was the Sonic and Knuckles blanket that we did here on stream, and it came out awesome. I was so excited. We got it shipped here, and I got to look at it and get hands on it. It was so soft. It was like one of those Sherpa blankets, and yeah. Anyway, that's my whole thing about GDQ week. It's always a good week. It always puts me in a good mood. Yes, and we probably will raid them at the end of stream tonight as well. But that being said, let's do a warm up. He said, as he did not open up Clip Studio Paint yet. It's all good. Oh, y'all, also, this week, Ashley did an amazing job editing down my, 8 hours of stream that we spent on that said, Sonic project into a 16-minute YouTube video. So it's up on our YouTube. It went up Saturday. So if you would like to see the whole thing, but much faster than watching it over 8 hours of stream in like 4 or 5 weeks. As I work through thumbnailing all the different ideas and stuff. Go check it out on our YouTube. It's linked here on our Twitch page, but otherwise it's just, you know, our channel is the same name as our channel here, WagWorksGA, right over there on YouTube. So I think youtube.com/@WagWorksGA would do it. But anyway, I was, you know, opening up my project and then totally paused to tell you all about that. So let's get focused here. All right, so by the way, this was actually the piece that I got printed on a blanket. The piece that I'll be, I started talking like you could see my window. 52 streams, y'all. Pretty much an expert now. Yeah. But what I was actually talking about that caught my eye and brain was this. So the piece we'll be working on tonight after warm up is a different one, the Kingdom Hearts piece. But the one that I finished was the Kingdom Hearts piece was one of my ideas that I came up with in coming up with ideas for the James Unquick donation. I didn't pick that one to finish because I was short on time and it was very detailed, as you'll see. But I did pick the Sonic one with some help from our friends over on Instagram. But it came out really well. I was real proud of it. And it looked just as good, if not better, on the blanket, which was super cool. Yeah, so this was that piece. We'll be getting into the Kingdom Hearts one in a bit, but first, I always like to do a quick warm-up. And how do we warm up here? With Pokemon cards. And when it is your 1-year Stream-i-versary, you warm up with gigantic Pokemon cards. Hold on, let's go back to... Yeah, you warm up with these guys. We got them at like the comic book shop. They're huge and they're great. So what I do is I pick out in advance, you know, 5 or 6 cards, 4 to 6, and I'll shuffle them up and I just randomly pick one here. And that is going to be our Pokemon that we warm up with. So what do I got here? It's going to just... you. All right. And we got Aurorus. So when we do that, we go ahead and pull up our reference art. This is always a cool one. One of the neat fossil ones from Pokemon X and Y. Okay, and let's go over to our Clip Studio Paint window. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, yeah, so I'm gonna adjust the size a little bit. Getting mixed up with the music in the background. Okay, and I'm gonna label my layers because, you know, it's a time saver down the road. And the deal with warm-up is simply this. We're gonna do a 5-minute warm-up. It's not gonna be a finished sketch. It's not gonna be a finished drawing. I like to do the pretty standard for comics, pretty common method of doing a sketch, then pencils, then final lines, then colors, and then shading. I'm not gonna get to like most of those in 5 minutes. What I will get to is a sketch and maybe pencils. I'll get into pencils perhaps, but it's really the point of the warm-up is just to loosen up the arm, loosen up the art brain, and just get thinking about moving a character in 3D space, what, you know, composition, posing, all those things. Yeah, I don't get to do art for my day job, so sometimes it takes me just a moment to warm up. Although I did get to do some art this afternoon, which was nice, as it was a short day for work. All right, it's a 5-minute warm-up. I invite and encourage you to draw along. Just for fun. You don't have to draw the Pokemon. You can draw whatever you like. You can draw me wearing a funny hat if that's what you like. Or just pretty much anything. So, but I will start the timer right now, and we're gonna get going. Just gonna pick a quick color here, bump up my brush size. That's pretty good. So what I really like to do for these is to draw my Pokemon sleeping. And why do I do that? It's a constraint, and the constraint is there for the very important purpose of preventing creative block. Because it's easy to get caught up in the kind of cycle of, oh, what should I make the Pokemon doing? What should I do? Like, you know, some of the ideas can come pretty easily. But when you're doing a 5-minute warm-up, 5-minute warming, it's much harder to, you know, once you've spent that time trying to think, you don't have a lot of time to do the actual drawing. So it's really there to get me to like just get going, just get going on the drawing. And there's still, of course, you know, a little bit of thinking to go. Like I still have to figure out exactly like what fits the character of this Pokemon exactly. But it's definitely much simpler once you kind of have a constraint. And actually there's a whole great webinar that was for our Kids Comics Unite. It's a group of comic artists who focus on kid literature. There's a really great webinar they did with Matt Madden, I think, about constraints and how they actually can inspire creativity. And I agree wholeheartedly. Okay, so there's all that. We got like the kind of diamond guy right there. We have these, so they kind of come. There's the leading edge. It trails. Excuse me. It trails back to the neck like that. So actually it would be more there. So something like that. And then you can have like a little satisfied smile there. I can bring that down a little bit. A diamond. Oh, you know what? I always do this. I always do the shrink selection tool by mistake instead of the lasso. And by always, I mean sometimes, but you know, it's annoying when I do it. So there we go. Cool. All right, that works a little better. It's kind of... I don't want the G pen, I want my pencil. I use this gigantic brush size for a very good reason, and that is so I don't get too caught up in my details. Okay, there's like a lot of gems along the back here. Here's kind of the underbelly sort of situation going on. It's like a snowflake design there. You know what's cool is when you start getting in and actually drawing the detail on Pokemon, you really start to appreciate all the little bits that the artists have put into it to kind of bring out the personality and type of the Pokemon, and it's super cool. I always really enjoy it. Alright, okay. Proportions are, I think, okay. It's gonna make it a little bit bigger. And what I can also do is magic wand away some of this background. Make it a little easier to see what's going on there. And And time is probably quite low. Yeah, right there, 5 minutes. All right, not bad, not bad. So yeah, the goal here is just to get a workable start. Something that if I wanted to come back and finish it later, I could do that. I did that. The Hisuian Zorua came out really well when I did that. So yeah, just loosen up, get something that I feel like I could work with later. And I think we did that. So cool. Cool. Let's save this guy. Always save your work. Always love my Chrono Cross music. And today is July 3rd. Cool. All right, good deal. So, without much delay, let's go ahead and bring up our Kingdom Hearts piece. I'm gonna drag you over so I have a little more screen real estate, because I'll be using some of that for reference as well. Okay, so this is where we left off last time. I started getting down to the pencils phase, at least for the background. So the inspiration, of course, is this gigantic cat. No, that's not right. The clock tower in Twilight Town. This is a big part of Kingdom Hearts 2, 358.5 days. I love this environment. The music is so peaceful and calm, and like just the whole place is imbued with this like golden hour feeling, and it's amazing. And it's a big set piece for a lot of plot moments in the games, which I won't spoil in case you haven't seen it. Very emotional stuff as well. So we actually took that from the sketch. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why. That's why. So really, I took this from, this was the rough sketch, right? So I drew the scene, I drew the characters in it, just really quick and rough. And from there, you can see like the lines are a little bit janky. I don't know why I turned it off for a second. The lines are a little bit, not straight, the angle are kind of off, and my, if you look at this thing, the structure of it is really, it's very geometric, it's very clean, it's very cat, and it's a big part of the feel of it. So I wanted to make sure to get it much cleaner. So that's what I spent a lot of the last week or so doing. Last week meaning like hour and a half on stream. What is this? Just getting us here and okay, yeah, there we go. Get here, and then I took the sketch and just kind of resized everybody to get the proportions of the human size more correct in this piece. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and add in, I'm gonna do a new pencils layer here. I'm doing my pencils layer still in raster as opposed to vector. When I do final lines, I'll go to vector. Yeah. Character pencils 2. I kind of called where I was here as like actual pencils because I did a really fast and rough sketch, which was like this. Well, hold on. Like this was the roughest of rough sketches, the thumbnail that I did just to get the general composition and feeling. And now I'm here. I can actually turn the background off probably. Drop these down. I'll do the expression color here. One of the things that I love about Clip Studio Paint is that you can draw in one color and then tell it, like, for display purposes, actually no, I don't want that, I want a different color. And that's nice because it allows you to kind of compare things. When you're messing with layers and things, you can make it easy to tell them apart and then turn it off and still keep your original color. Or say you draw it in one color and you realize you don't like that, you can change it on the fly. It's really good for line work. Yes. Okay, so what I was gonna do, what I was thinking, I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna make you more saturated and darker so you stand out. And that is the color that I'm gonna do here. I can turn you off as well. All right, we're just gonna work left to right. I do have these characters all in reference photos here. So we got Pence. Oop, no, that was. Pence, Alette, and Hayner right there. I'm just gonna grab this color again because, you know, whoopsie daisies. Darken and saturate. Good deal. Go to my pencil, drop downers. Well, I can do 30 because this is a much higher resolution piece. I mean, do I have another one of him face on? Might be good to get another one. I'm grabbing more than just Pence here, just because, you know, be prepared, as they say. And just for fun, I'm grabbing the Tetsuya Nomura art. Where I can, at least. Although the renders are pretty solid too. All right, we got it. So I'm just gonna add those here to my sub view. In just a moment. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. There we go. I gotta say, Tetsuya Nomura was a huge influence for my art style early on. Never quite hit his exact style, but that's okay, right? We learn to develop our own style by trying to emulate those that we look up to. It's a little more square, that's fine. It's got these kind of wispies going on. And if you've done pencils before, or you've seen pencils, you may be saying to yourself, hey, Geoff, what's the deal? Your pencils look a lot more finalized than a lot of the pencils that I've seen. And I would say, yeah, you're right. And that's mainly because I, especially working digitally, I did a lot, you know, just pencil on paper, for most of my life. So as I've been doing digital art for a decade now, but as I've grown into it, and have been able to do more with pen pressure, it helps me to be able to focus just on the pen pressure when I'm drawing, instead of trying to both figure out the details of my piece and focus on pen pressure. So to that end, I prefer to nail down my details in this phase, and then get the line quality and variation that I'm looking for when I'm doing inks. It feels super jaggy. I might need to bring that one down just a little bit, but we'll see. What am I doing? Come on. Just got the bandana going on. And some of the finer details I'm okay with. Like the really, really fine stuff I'm fine with working out later, but it's nice to have a good deal settled before we get to the, get to the inking. Honestly, with this outfit, Pence could have gone to junior high with me. I'm realizing this is very much the look. I was a Jersey kid myself. Basketball and football jerseys, not growing up in New Jersey's. Okay. In New Jersey, I did sometimes purchase new jerseys. Oh, goodness. Ah, goodness. Listen, when you work a day job and have a couple of kids and are pursuing a side passion of art on the side, sometimes it gets to be like 10:30 at night and you're just a little bit loopy and you say funny things. Or maybe those things are funny largely to you, but that's also okay. You gotta make yourself laugh, am I right? And yeah, they all are going to be eating their sea salt ice cream, because that's what you do when you're sitting on top of a giant clock tower that is perhaps irresponsibly left open to the youths. The youths. Man, Nomura does love his like super baggy, dramatically wrinkly clothing. I mean, to draw it, I don't know what he dresses like per se. Maybe he also dresses like this. And I guess the other obvious joke then is that he has like 10,000 zippers on all of his clothing. I don't know. I appreciate it. Maybe it's just because it was a very influential time in my life when I saw a lot of his character art and stuff. So I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. Also probably fairly convenient, zippers and pockets, man. Okay. More like that, yeah. Okay, pretty good. I mean, so there's like the bones on here. This will be mostly covered up by the way that he's kind of sitting, but a little bit, right? Okay. A little bit scrunched up. Okay, let's fix that. Okay. Okay, let's just give him a little room to breathe. He's looking, my man's looking a little bit uncomfortable here. Actually, we went like that. There we go. Okay, let's do maybe this. Because I'm also thinking his head's a little huge. Better. That's better, and then I got a little breathing room here. Gonna dangle the feet down a bit more. That's a very long forearm. All right. Let's just a little bit of you. A little better. A little better. Let's just make sure this lines up okay with. Okay, so scooch him up just because they're sitting like here. Okay, that's looking okay. It's looking okay for pencils. And next, yeah, there we go. There we go. He's like taller in like here, right? Like if I'm remembering this right. No, Pence is actually taller than him. Okay, okay, good to know. Scooch you up, zoom in. Ba, 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 ba. Hot takes. Hainer was actually the inspiration for Naruto's ninja vest. I don't actually think that's true, nor am I speaking on any level of authority. But it's fun to pretend. Giving him a little bit more of a neck than I had previously done. He's kind of like, hi. Hainer. Which, you know, just looks unhealthy and uncomfortable. Oh, off center on the Widow's Peak there. Also a little more dramatic peak than I needed to go with. You know, it's funny because I know that they put like, you know, he's happier than that. I know Cypher from FF8 is in Twilight Town in Kingdom Hearts 2, But I feel like when I look at this design, I feel like this came directly from the FF8 work for Cypher, and they're like, oh, I don't know, I like both designs. Maybe we just use him for another character. More hot takes. Don't at me. Turn this down a little bit. Excuse me. There you go. More jagged, more edgy. That's what these characters need. I need to channel my inner Nomura. I'm gonna look at this next week and be like, oh, that was way too much. Why did I do that? The kid's gonna cut himself on his hair. That is absolutely the Nomura philosophy. So one shoulder forward is good there. Don't think there's a bracelet on that one. That it's about the same size. Kind of that random X necklace. Cool, cool, cool. Oh my gosh, the Jinkos he is wearing. For reals, man. His shoes are like a mixture of Crocs and Converse before Crocs were like a thing. To give you an idea, dear fans, of how deep the Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2 fandom runs, behold, this is the deluxe strategy guide that came with the pre-order of Kingdom Hearts 2 for PS2. Maybe I can walk you guys through this another time. I want to do art tonight, but yeah, it came with 2 books, like the strategy guide, and then like another like character summary and like sticker checkoff book for things that you accomplished in the game. It's glorious, and also heavy. Also, clearly, PS2 Square Enix is my jam, so yeah, I'm gonna be singing along with the Final Fantasy X music. Might have to adjust those shoes, but I'm good for now. I will be cool with it for now. remember these are Crocs, so they came here. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Save your work. Hi, Alexei. How's it going? Good to see you. How are you doing tonight? And Olette is next. And just for reference, check. Okay, so she's about Hayner's height. Okay. Cool. So I'm actually gonna draw her up a bit. Kingdom Hearts is a game you want to get into but have zero ideas on where to start. Top of the Wonders. Nice. I'm doing well. Yeah, so exciting night. This is my 1 year Stream-i-versary. My first stream was this date last year. So it's pretty fun. If you want to start Kingdom Hearts, honestly, I mean, it's a big story, right? And it's pretty complicated. You could just jump into 3 if you wanted, and just like, I haven't played 3, which is funny because I love the series, but I don't actually have anything. Well, now it's out on Steam and PC, so I can play it. But I don't have a lot of time to play it. But I'm assuming they recap the story pretty well there. Otherwise, like, you could get one of the collections and start at like 1, if you really wanted to. But that's a lot of time investment to go all the way through. But it's good. It's really fun. I do enjoy the series very much. All right. Or you could always like... Thank you. That is very kind. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could even just start at the more recent entries, like start at 3 and then find some good YouTube playthroughs of the earlier ones, or even summary videos, right? Just to kind of get the plot and what's going on. That's very low. Actually, I could probably move all this down slightly. Better. Totally taking notes on Kingdom Hearts. I mean, there's no wrong way to experience it, right? Even if they don't do a great job of breaking down the background, it doesn't mean that like jumping into 3 couldn't be fun. But yeah, it's a good series. Do you like Disney and Final Fantasy? Because those will be determining factors in how much you enjoy the game. It's like, I mean, the combat is still, you know, very fun and fluid, I think, and there's lots to enjoy. But if you like those sets of characters, then I think you'll find the games especially more enjoyable. Okay, I should probably scoot her over just slightly. She's kind of running into Hayner. And shrink down slightly. That's pretty good. Okay, so if you like Disney and you're familiar with some Final Fantasy, Yeah, I would definitely say there's plenty in the series for you. I don't know, I made everyone holding the popsicle in their left hand. I'm gonna have to switch that up. But yeah, I don't know. I will always recommend it because it's one of my all-time favorite series. Yeah. And then the ledge is going to be here-ish, so her hand could be like right here. This is very jagged hand. Something like that. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, I think that, you know, obviously the Disney is going to be also a huge factor in liking Kingdom Hearts. We in this house are very big Disney fans. Yes, indeed. Okay, so her arm would be like, that's not how a hand works. So her arm would be here, shoulder would come down like that. Watching a playthrough years ago because I thought Lion Sora was just 3D Kovu with a crazy haircut. Oh man. Yeah, some of the transformations in the Disney worlds are unexpected, but good. Yeah, I think like Atlantica, like when he becomes like a mermaid, or maybe Sora was more like dolphin, right? Had more like a dolphin fin going on. Was really unexpected, and of course Halloween Town is kind of the iconic one. So yeah, kind of there's that. Hershey's more have like this kind of that going on. That and like the cool. So that, yeah. Okay. Getting there. Why does Kovu have a giant key? Lions don't have keys. Where was this in The Lion King? So wait, I was curious because Kovu didn't sound immediately familiar to me. Is that... Are the names different in other countries? Because Simba was... Like, you're thinking about, like, Mufasa's son, like, the main character of The Lion King? Meanwhile, let's get Roxas up. And he is same height-ish. That is a cat. That is not Roxas. Same height-ish. Okay. Didn't remember his hair being quite so big, but you know. I wish I could make my hair do this. I always thought this was like the coolest hairdo. Oh, in The Lion King 2, there's Kovu. Basically, the boyfriend to Simba's daughter, Kira. I would explain it. I have not seen Lion King 2. We've watched Lion Guard, the spin-off series that was on Disney Channel here. But, okay. Oh, man. Well, I learned something new about Disney today, which is not something that I say every day. So that's kind of exciting. Wow. Here's kind of where it parts and starts going the other direction. A little bit here. Wow. Okay. We got it, guys. We got it. So that's not the ear, that is hair. The ear is like right there. Okay. Well, thank you for teaching me something new about Disney. That's good times. Oh man, this so this music is from Super Mario Galaxy, and I don't know if you watch Games Done Quick, Alexei. I've been watching it this week. It's a charity speedrun marathon, but yeah, they just had this crazy Mario Galaxy run today. It was Kaizo Mario Galaxy, which Kaizo basically means like it's kind of like it's been modded to be very, very, very difficult or kind of like unfair. Oh, no worries. Welcome back. I'll take those back because I can just do, there's like that curve there where it kind of folds out. Zipper going on, then the big dramatic, probably dangerous zipper. He's probably like holding his knee a little bit here. Kind of propped up there, one leg up. He's got a ring on one of the fingers or a band. That wouldn't be visible there if he's folding it like that. Oh, so you did watch The Lion Guard as well. I don't know if I've seen the last season. We watched it. We were heavier into it a few years ago, and then the kids kind of when our kids were more into it, and then just with like the sheer amount of stuff on Disney Plus, we kind of got sidetracked into something else and I don't know if we've seen the last season of it or not. There were some parts with like the spirit of like Scar, the in the cave that like freaked them out when they were more like younger, so maybe that was why we didn't come back to it. Okay, well, you don't be able to see that part of his jacket because his knee is going to be up. Like, up. one down a little bit. So kind of there. So I will have to lift him up probably a bit. Was there anything, I mean, I don't mind spoilers. Was there anything in particular about the last season that you really liked? I was gonna have him, you know, I could just have him do. I was gonna have him like holding the stick that says like winner. It's a little bit messy, but I can deal with that. I can deal with it. After Scar is defeated, he gives Keon a scar too, which is filled with venom that clouds his judgment and his ability to see the difference between good and evil. Whoa. That is intense. But what a cool complication to give your protagonist. So it'd still come like that. And then shoes, which we don't actually see as much of the tongue of the shoe. It's more just the laces here. Also, why does he have teeth on the bottom of his shoes? Holy moly. So the rest of the Lion Guard go to the Tree of Life to get the venom out. Oh, that's a cool plot. Wow. Roxas, why do your shoes have teeth? I don't understand. Okay, I'll scoot him up just a wee bit. Yep, no, let's not just cut off part of him. Okay, there's that. Okay. This head might be a little bit large. So let's just scoot that down a tiny touch. Let me also bring these down a wee bit. There. Actually, I like that. That feels better. Okay. And Ono gets dirt in his eyes, so he goes blind. Whoa. Those are some intense turns. Holy cow. I had no idea. And it won't be visible here, right? Winner. Yeah, close enough. That's just like a memo to myself to remember to do that later. Got it memorized. So really, it's kind of like they're giving at least a couple of the members like a really significant challenge, like to who they are and their role, and challenging them to find either a new role or... Okay, so Axel's definitely like a head taller, which I have not accurately captured here. He kind of is just snapping at the team left and right. Oh man. Okay. His shape head is much more teardrop. Actually, his jaw is a little bit, or his chin is a little more rounded, but the rest of his face is a little more angled in. They get a new bird as keenest of sight in place. Whoa. I imagine that was probably pretty hard for Ono to handle. Axel does win the spikiest and therefore most dangerous hair award in Kingdom Hearts series. Just saying. They meet another group of lions. Man, they pulled out all the stops for the last season. I had no idea Lion Guard got so intense. That's cool. Is that good size? That's still good size. All right. So about here they start coming down. There's an ear back here somewhere. Likewise here. It does have like the... Seriously, like just between these two, the sheer amount of product for their hair is staggering. Something like that. So much spikes in the hair. Yeah, that one will probably take a little bit of refinement when I get to inks. But it is further along, I think, than, you know, the previous pencils. Literally in the mirror for half the day making those spikes. That's, you know, it really impacts their productivity. But I mean, it looks cool, so that's nice. Try something like that. So yeah, I will. Okay, that head is a little bit small, or a little bit big. Small, big, same thing. That's interesting. Like, wow, they packed a lot into that season, though. Like, also adding not just the Kion like internal struggle, but then a whole nother band of lions. I can bring these eyes down just a little bit. This is all just a wee bit high up. And also a little big. That's better. Recenter. And yeah, so actually the hairline actually comes in a little bit there. So a lot of these are actually coming from there. Getting a little better. I still think this is probably a wee bit large. So we'll you know, just shrink the head down a wee bit. That's probably a sweet spot right there. Okay. Masters the okay. I didn't even realize the roar could get more powerful. Like, that's cool. That's one thing that I really enjoy about. I've enjoyed watching kids shows again, like with our kids, and kind of seeing the journey that they give the characters these days. And it's not like, I guess it's not like they didn't have that in kids shows. Like, it just, there was a lot of character growth and power up. When I was a kid, it had just felt like it was very much product motivated. Like they were doing it so they could sell more toys. But I feel like, especially when I've watched like the Disney Junior shows with the kids, it feels more like, I don't know, it's more organic, I guess it would be the word for it. The growth of the characters, but it does give kids a chance to kind of see their hero characters growing. No worries. No worries. It's awesome. I don't know. I think it's awesome when there's something that you enjoy so much that you like can go on that, like that not rant. It's not really a rant. You're just filling me in on the story. That's cool. It's very like, yeah, complex, not complex. It's rich. I think rich is the word that I'm looking for. So you got the hoodie strings like here. And they've also got the like kind of chain that also goes around. Fascinating. Actually, maybe more down like that. Yeah. Okay. Still maybe a little bit big. We'll leave the hand. I think the hand is okay. And yeah, of course my plan is, you know, I'll have Axel and Shion in kind of a lighter tone for reasons. Hey Don, how's it going? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's coming along. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Shion, there we go. How have you been? How's your night going? Oh, thank you, Alexei. Yeah, it's one at a time is how I treat them. I don't know. Yeah, it helps very much having reference. And there was a time when I felt like you couldn't, like you had to know how to draw everything just from the top of your head. And that is a lie. Don't believe that. It's been really good. Chilling with the AC blasting. Yeah, it is hot. I'm not sure where you're at. We're down in Florida. And yeah, it's been toasty. Although it's been nice, we've at least been getting some rain a lot of the time. You saw some spikes as a teenager. It probably ruined your hair to get some. What are the temperatures like over by you, Alexei? So it's kind of a little bit of that, a little bit of the sideburn thing going on there. Illinois, alright, cool. State is unpredictable. One day 90, the next day 60. I believe it. So I grew up in Wisconsin. And yes. I remember going back to visit one time in August and it's like, oh, it's rainy and 50, like in the 50s in August. And that was after I'd been down in the south for a while. It's like, oh, right, it can get like this. Okay, that's good. I totally am making the faces that I'm drawing as I'm drawing them. I've given up trying to fight it. "90 degrees and the sun has just started rising." Oh man. Sounds like a nice cozy day, huh? Wow. Yeah, Don, I think my folks are still up north, and they I think they were saying it was a lot milder than they expected as well. Yeah, I remember some very cold winters. One time, when I was a kid, I think we hit an overnight low. I was not outside experiencing this, but I think we hit an overnight low of minus 50, minus 60, and I think then the wind chills hit like minus 80. It was something. Let me tell you. So there's that. I think we're saving recovery info. There we go. So they've got the hoodie drawstrings and the chain thing, zipper. So they have the zipper thing here too. And zippers do technically go all the way down here. But I imagine it'd be really hard to walk with them all the way zipped up. I mean, my night so far, pretty good. Pretty good. This is, I was mentioning to Alexa and to the title, this is my 1 year Stream-i-versary. I did my first ever stream July 3rd, 2023. So it's, yeah, it's exciting. Thanks, yeah. Hopefully the first of many to come. Okay, how are we looking here? I'll turn this off. Alright, is everybody actually sitting on a ledge? Shion needs to come up a little bit. Okay, that's good. This actually should be a little bit more. Just come out in front and then just continue the arm here. Okay. Okay. All right, so turn the background down a little bit so it's easier to see the characters. I feel like the proportions are better here. They really do seem to fit on the ledge. I feel like this is kind of the faces and the level of detail I was going for. Maybe Pence needs to be a little bit bigger. Excuse me. Resize you. I'll move your center to like right where you're sitting so that things kind of resize. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Oh. Okay. Scoot Pence back up the ledge, give him a little space from Hayner. And then, well, his body is, I think, the more appropriate size. His head has gotten large again, so we'll just bring that right back down a little bit so it's more in line with the others. Okay. Oh, you got through slide 3? The final boss was easier than the other bosses. That's cool. That's funny. I was just watching some Sly runs this morning. Don, do you watch Games Done Quick at all? No. Okay. Well, it's speed running, right? So it's this is Summer Games Done Quick this week, which is a whole week-long charity marathon. raising money for Doctors Without Borders. And yeah, they ran a couple of Sly games. Was it? I can't remember. I think it was Sly 2, and then Thieves in Time they ran this morning. But it's always crazy to see the tricks they pull off running those. The games themselves, like, I mean, you don't get to see a lot of the story, but it's always cool to see just the design. It's got so much style and character to it. Love it. Hey, Sona, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. How are you doing tonight? Probably died too much to speedrun. It is just crazy seeing the tricks people do. Yeah, the amount of time and practice that must go into it is astonishing and really impressive. Okay, so this is good. This is where I was hoping to get tonight. So we've got our second layer of pencils in for the background and for our characters. The next thing will be moving to inks. I'm not quite ready to jump into that tonight. I'll probably do inks for like, to give each one a little bit more movability. What I'll probably do is do each one in a folder, do each character separately, and then have the background separate so I can export them all. About to eat some dinner, right? Well, have a good lurk. Thanks for coming by and joining in. All right, so I'm gonna pause the work on this piece for now, but I'm not gonna wrap stream just yet. I'm gonna do a quick break because I need to go to the bathroom, and then I might try something new. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna hop over to be right back screen, but I will indeed be right back. So I hopefully will see y'all when I come back in just a couple of minutes. So yeah, see you in a couple minutes, guys. Okay, so I'm testing something out. It's not quite working as anticipated at the moment, but give me a second. I am here. Interesting. Just a moment. Well, I seem to have knocked my webcam offline, so just a moment. In the meantime, anybody have any plans for 4th of July? If you're here in the States, that is. Indeed. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, you know, I've never played a game here on Twitch, and it would be fun just for like the last 15 minutes of stream or whatever to play a game. So I was plugging in a USB controller, and it did not make my webcam happy. And of course, as I was doing it, like when I plugged it in, I was making like the funniest face that froze on the camera. So if y'all want to see, yeah. So this is what I came to. This is me. I just stuck forever like that. That's my my webcam, and that's why we're going back to Be Right Back while I figure this out. Yeah, nothing big. Keeping things pretty light and flexible. Talked about a couple of outings, but really nothing formal. So we're really close to Disney World, and they always put on an amazing 4th of July fireworks show. So we'll probably try to catch that from somewhere, even just from home or our neighborhood. It's always fun to watch. Yeah, it's good. Webcam, what are you doing? Okay. Almost there. Thank you, everyone, for chilling out for a second while I figure this out. Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe it is already July. it does feel like things go faster and faster every year. What on earth? Oh, really? Yeah, it's... I feel like there's usually a lull, right? Like, around, I guess, you know, February, things will get a little bit quieter, I usually feel like, and then, yeah, it kind of... All right, let's do it. Here we go. All right, at least I've got this working, so that's good. That's good. I do not know what happened. It's like some of my other scenes in OBS still that use that camera are just like, they don't know what to do. But when I create a fresh scene, it works. I'm assuming the next time I open OBS, everything will be just fine. Just fine. But yeah, that was fascinating. Huh. Well, I am learning things tonight. This is why you test your setup first. Before trying to do it live. Alright. I don't think it's going to be worth trying to do games again. So, I can come back and start doing some inking. I like to do as much inking as I can at one time. Just because it's easier to kind of get into the flow and stay in the flow. But I can at least get a start. What happens if I try to add a new video source on my art window? Nope, sure doesn't like it. This is so fascinating. OBS is like, nope, sorry, you jiggled a USB plug while you were in the middle of the stream, so now you're gonna get it. Okay, well, you know what? We can just have camera off while I do more art. That's fine. Doesn't really bother me. It still works the same for inking, so I can do that. That's cool. Not a big problem. So I'll put all these pencils in a new folder, just kind of collect everybody together so I can control opacity kind of in bulk. Turn that layer off, and now I'll start doing individual characters. So all right, do a vector layer here. Yeah, I've got a lot of brushes. Which pen? I'm gonna go with my standard G pen, which I just really like. Let me go a little bit smaller. Let's go down. I usually like a really thick line, but I'm gonna try for a little different tone on this one. So maybe we'll do, actually, could do a slightly more textured line here. And I need to go bigger than that, but 12. All right, let's try that one. A little bit more textured G pen brush. So Don, have you been working on any new pieces lately? Go back to our sub view for pence. Boop, there you are, buddy. Actually, straight sideburn kind of going on. So cutting front, so I need to make that a little bit thicker. Still working on Spider-Man. Miles is getting there. Yeah, you know what? I know the feeling. Sometimes you just gotta invest the time in the piece. I say, like, having to, like, how many weeks did I work on that Sonic piece? Like, I mean, granted, I was only doing it because I was only doing it on stream for the most part. But between, like, doing the idea generation for the GDQ piece and all that, like, so for all the games that I was considering doing, and then finally settling on Sonic, and then by the time I actually started working on it, I mean, it was at least, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours probably to do all that. But it can also be kind of chill, right? Like, it's, you kind of just have that zen feeling of like, okay, I'm just working on this and it's gonna get done when it gets done, but I'm just enjoying the time working. Oh, I did forget that side of this pen. That's okay. So the side of this pen that I'm talking about is the fact that it does make it harder to fill the texture. It's not a uniform continuous line, so it does make it harder using the fill brush. You do have to kind of go in and block in along the borders, which can be a bit painful. I'm learning this because I'm finishing some sample pages for our graphic novel that we're like the pitch for it that we're sending to an agent, and I love the texture of this pen, so it's like, oh, this will be perfect for the story, like it fits the mood and the feel I'm going for. And then, like, I started doing flats. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be so much slower. But it was like after I'd inked everything already. But I feel like eventually I found a rhythm and a way to work with it that wasn't terrible. It just took some time. So do you do kind of like art sessions on Discord where you kind of just join in, or just do like join a voice channel or something? Yeah, so if I okay, that's going along okay. Actually, get this edge in here better. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's one of the things that I didn't realize I missed about art class until I hadn't taken art class for like a really long time. Yeah, because my day job is very much science oriented, and we've started some co-work sessions and stuff like that, and that's really good. Although I don't make all of them these days, but yeah, I remember being in the art studio in art class when I was, in school, and just that feeling of like everybody's just chilling out, kind of working on their own piece, and we're all chatting while we're doing it, and it's just such a cool, relaxed atmosphere. I think that's why I like doing this so much, is that it gives me some of that feeling back that I really enjoyed. I guess that kind of doesn't make as much sense here like that, because that also wasn't part of his bandana, that was part of his jersey. I remember especially in high school, just crack jokes while working on stuff. Yeah, cracking jokes, making movie quotes constantly. That's good times, It's okay. So I guess I have Roxas with his down to the popsicle, the stick already. So maybe I need to have everybody else kind of working on theirs a little bit. There you go. That's pretty good. Okay. And I'm gonna turn off this layer again. That's a little bit cleaner. Cool. Wait, did I take this down to 8? No, it's the eraser, that's why. Okay, cool. So back down to 12. Oh yeah, I forgot about some of that more. I guess just different, right? It's not super rare. It's just I don't usually think of doing it on my own art time. But yeah, some of the different mediums that art class really could expose you to. And you don't really think about it. I guess I get to think about it a little bit now because, with kids, they get craft projects and stuff like that. And so they get exposed to some of it. But yeah, it's not stuff that I'm just going to be doing in my own spare time right now. That one a little bit. Some coming out there. That's not quite good, right? collecting dust in your room somewhere. Yeah, it's like I still, you know, see some of those projects at my parents' house when I go and visit them. It's like, oh yeah, that was fun. I remember making that. It's kind of... The wrist should connect up here. Okay, okay, okay. Part of that I was happy with. Better. Hand is a little bit large though. Just a wee bit. Okay, that works. Okay. See, I guess a little bit of like the neckline of the jersey would be visible here. Also, an interesting thing with this brush is it's one of those angled tips, so I always forget, like, okay, I need to rotate the canvas a little bit to get the thickness of line that I want from it. But I keep thinking like, oh, I'll just rotate the pen in my hand. I'm like, no, that's really uncomfortable. Why would you do that when you can just rotate the canvas? Not bad. All right, I'll bump this up a little bit since we're coming to the foreground here. Kind of that line there. Actually, hold up. I can do that cleaner. This soundtrack makes you want to play a platform game. Anything in particular? I mean, I know you just played Sly. Oh no, I was just asking if there's any platform game in particular that was coming to mind. I know you just played Sly Cooper, but anything other than that? So let's turn this a little bit to get a thicker line. Super Lucky Tales. I don't know if I actually know that one. Didn't start playing until you got. Oh, so it is available on Switch. Alright, let's take a look at this without. Alright, not bad. That's a pretty good pens. I'm pretty happy with that. Yep. Let's just close off this here to make it clear that the leg is coming out. Alright. One down. 5 to go. We're doing okay. I'm excited for how this one's gonna come out. I really like the Twilight tone. Really does give me the feels. Such a good environment. Such a fun series. I think that's the word I was going for. Okay. So I do see we're at 12:05. So I should probably wrap it up at a reasonable time. Although at least tomorrow is, you know, holiday, so it's not like a usual Thursday night when I'm having to get up bright and early for work. Although with kids, you don't always get a great say in when you get up either. But okay, this is good. I'm happy with the progress tonight. Not only pencils on the characters, but starting on inks. So we'll throw it over to just chatting here for a minute before we wrap things up. Lots of fun, good challenges and puzzles. Cool. I'll have to check it out. At least add it to the watch list. Thanks. Yeah, what I was gonna play, speaking of platformers, I was gonna boot up Celeste, which I'd seen some streams of, but hadn't really played until I got it as part of the Humble bundle from Awesome Games Done Quick this winter. And it's one of those like hyper hard platformers where you're just expected to die a whole lot until you can figure out and kind of memorize the proper execution. It's really fun. Oh man, it's so good. I say having played like maybe a half an hour of it, but it's really good. And if you watch the like intensely advanced players, it is insane the stuff they can pull off. But yeah, if you ever catch it on sale or something, I recommend it. It's really fun. Maybe one of these days I'll get it to boot. I'll actually test the stream setup for gaming before I plug things in and just blow everything up and end up with a funky face camera. But maybe once you get through your backlog. I feel like that's on like every gamer's tombstone. I'll just, one day when I get through my backlog. I mean, I don't even buy that many games and I feel like I've got a ridiculous backlog still. Especially, you know, Steam summer sale, Steam winter sale, and then Nintendo also runs sales pretty regularly. Yeah. I still have to get more than like 20 minutes into Tears of the Kingdom. And also more than like a couple hours into Pokemon Scarlet, and still have to beat Wonder. These are all games that I just loved. I don't get really to play much, so that's all good. I do enjoy it. I enjoy it when I get the chance to, but in the meantime, I enjoy the art. Yeah, all right. So we're about 12:07. Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's where I was going with it. I'm going to wrap things on up. Thanks for joining, Sona, Don, Alexei. Thank you so much for coming by. It's been fun to chat with y'all. I love the fact that like you're people that I now know, and I look forward to chatting with whenever I get to see you. That I didn't know a year ago when I started this journey. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, good night. Thanks to everybody for joining in. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this on the VODs here on Twitch, or if you're watching the YouTube posting, I always appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I love sharing my art time with you. It's very chill. It's very relaxing for me. So thanks for letting me do that and letting me share it. Hope y'all have a great week and a great night. And if you're here in the States and you're celebrating, I hope you have a very happy 4th of July. And yeah, I will see you all next Thursday. We'll go back to Thursday nights at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, have a good one until then. Thanks so much for joining. Bye, guys. Forgot to mention, I think we're gonna try a raid for Games Done Quick. So we're gonna see how this goes. I've not done a raid before, so let's give it a shot. All right, here we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Nope, just kidding. It's not gonna let me raid. I think this happened once before. I tried to raid during Awesome Games Done Quick, and it was like, nope. That's funny because I'm a sub. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks guys. Have a good night.